Max Holloway takes on Ilia Topuria this weekend at UFC 308 in the main event of UFC in Abu Dhabi. We're back in Abu Dhabi. Very happy about that because obviously me living in Scotland, the time difference works out well, which means the fights will be on at a good time for me rather than at 6 a.m. So this is why I'm buzzing about this fight week. Also, it's a massive fight in the featherweight division, and obviously by the title you guys know who I'm picking, and you guys are probably watching this to hear why I'm thinking that. And you're probably calling me crazy. Everyone I've told this to online is calling me absolutely mental. And I've got Max Holloway not absolutely dominating. I've got Max Holloway stealing this one, either by knockout or decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if he also submitted him. Let me talk a little bit about this. Obviously, Ilia Topuria is one of the most scary and most devastating featherweights we've seen in a very long time. His boxing is very slick, however, I don't think it's as good as people are thinking it is. I've been watching his flashy, fast pad work, I've been watching his mentality, I've been watching his recovery sessions. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I think he's here to come and win and hurt and dominate. However, I must admit, I think Max Holloway outworks him. I think Max Holloway will get caught leaving the pocket a few times and it might look a bit iffy in the first few rounds. I think Holloway might get his kicks caught and tripped and taken down but stand it back up. I think it could be a very, very close fight. However, I think Holloway's going to steal it. Everyone is going on about, Topuria is the same height as Volkanovski and Volkanovski beat Holloway 3 times. Yes, that is true. However, Volkanovski is not Ilia Topuria, as we've seen. Ilia Topuria has a different style to Volkanovski. Volkanovski's style was the perfect recipe to beat Max those first few times. One thing also, Max Holloway had nothing going his way in the third fight and he's stuck in there. He's so tough and everyone's saying, it'll be the time that Holloway's chin is found out. Holloway's going to get chinned he's going to get hit with big body shots. We can't keep saying that. We can't keep saying this is the time Holloway's chin's going to go, because you've just got to accept the fact he can take a punch. And even if he does get knocked down, he's still there. He's just been at 155. I don't really like that. I don't like the fact he's coming down from 155. However, he'll make the weight and I think he'll be a bit faster and potentially a bit more drained. However, I'm sure he'll know what to do to get back in the shape that he needs to be for fight night, and I think he'll have a very good game plan. Do not be surprised if Holloway includes a bit of wrestling, more head kicks this time, keeping the man at bay. I think Holloway gets it done. I'm kind of thinking decision. I'm thinking maybe 3 rounds to 2. Ilia maybe taking rounds 3 and 5, maybe, Ilia just catching him a bit and Holloway doing that thing where he gets caught and he ducks down and he circles round. I think Holloway outworks him. I think Holloway lands pitter-patter jabs, then just like he did with Justin Gaethje, a big left hook, right uppercut, then he evades the pocket. I think Holloway will be in control of the fight, but Ilia will have big moments, and I think that's not a narrative many people are coming out with. I think Max Holloway will be in control, Ilia will have big moments, Ilia will shoot a few takedowns, not get them, Holloway might sprawl and have a wee scramble. I think it'll be one of these fights that's really massively competitive, but also there's one clear winner, and Holloway is always going to be one step ahead of Ilia. The way Ilia comes in as well, he kind of ducks down. It's not great for Holloway because if Ilia can burst in and close the distance, he could very easily catch Holloway, catch him off balance, make him more tentative. However, I must admit, Holloway's confidence must be a sky high at the moment. He's been getting great wins, and also you have to remember, Max Holloway has never lost in years and years to anybody at featherweight except Volk the 3 times. Now, yes, he's lost to one guy 3 times, which is never great for your resume. However, Holloway can do it. I think Holloway gets it done. Arnold Allen almost beat Max Holloway just with bursts and flurries of punches. Ilia is not Arnold Allen. You have to remember, Ilia's style is very specific. It's not a one-dimensional style. However, I think Holloway will have an easier time with Ilia than he would have with Volk. Another thing, I don't really trust Topuria's chin. Get Topuria breathing heavy and catch him with a big left hook. I think, regardless of what he says, he says this is his time, he's El Matador. I respect his mentality. I think Holloway could very easily put him away. I think Holloway could choke him out and strangle him. I think Holloway, this might be a masterclass from Max Holloway, with big moments from Topuria, but outside of that, nothing special, just a good quality decision win from Holloway. a late finish is one of those things. I don't know if Holloway's going to be able to finish him because he's a much shorter guy. It's hard to find his chin. He has it tucked. His technique is fucking phenomenal. However, I do think Max Holloway patters him from the outside. Topuria will come lunging in with that overhand, and Holloway will probably get it and go wide-eyed and then jab. Topuria really needs to mix this up to win. He really needs to hold Holloway against the cage and wear on him for a few rounds and just steal a few rounds early before you go toe-to-toe with Holloway. Everyone's talking about Topuria's power, but Max just has a way. Max can win in more ways than Topuria can, in my opinion. I think Max can make it a dogfight. I think Max can do it in a very perfect, phenomenal, flawless sort of way, kind of like the Justin Gaethje performance, very similar to that. He can make it dirty. He can make it a dogfight. I mean, maybe see him grapple. I think Topuria is going to be diving for his legs in the second and third round. I think Topuria is going to get in there and think, you know, this is a very young, seasoned pro. He's not a 35-year-old Volkanovski. This is a younger, seasoned pro. Yes, he's probably taken more damages in his career than most. However, he's seen more. This is not an old vet. This is a 32-year-old Max Holloway in the prime of his career. And this is probably last 2-3 good years. I think we see Holloway get it done. I think Holloway should not throw any leg kicks. Don't bother with leg kicks. Don't bother with teeps unless you're sure they're going to land. You miss a teep, Ilia steps to the side and cracks you. This is the things you have to think about. No leg kicks where he can come diving in. Very, very careful shot selection. Left hooks, I think, will be a big thing for this fight. Straights to the eyes, slip off, throw a head kick the same way Jai Herbert caught Ilia. Knees to the body from Holloway. When Ilia comes in close, instead of trying to throw an uppercut left hook, hands behind his head in the tie clench and knee him to the gut, then break off. And Ilia will wing a shot while out of breath. Things like this will wear him down, will take a toll on Topuria. Topuria will still be there though, I think, and I think Holloway will get it done. I think maybe 4-1, 3-2 Max Holloway in terms of rounds. Maybe a few judges give it, 49-46 and the others give it, 48-47, something like this. Yeah, I think Max Holloway goes out there and schools him, to be honest. Everyone's saying Topuria. Ilia Topuria is phenomenal, and I think he will be champion again, and I think he's given him another year or two, he'll be one of the most devastating fighters in the division, which he still will be after losing this weekend. I think Max Holloway has his number. I've been watching Ilia fight, and he doesn't like it when it gets messy. He was good against Bryce Mitchell when it got messy. However, Volkanovski won the first round against him. Volkanovski was touching him up until Ilia decided, right, I'm coming forward now. I'm going to put you away now. I don't think you're going to put Max Holloway away. And it's not because he's got a great chin. It's not because it's not. I think Max Holloway will know this is his last title shot, and I think he'll know this is what he's up against, and he doesn't want to rebuild again. But if Holloway does lose, which is a massive possibility, get your arse up to 155, where you're on a win streak, where you've beaten one of the top 5 guys in the division. Win another fight, maybe against a Dustin Poirier, a Dan Hooker, McGregor. A McGregor fight at 155 would be great. I know McGregor will never fight at 155 again. I think he's a 170-pound guy now. But we'll see. I mean, I've got Ilia Topuria just being a bit overwhelmed. The moment not getting to him, but him just not getting any control. He'll have big moments. I've got Max Holloway though. I've got Max Holloway going in there and just doing enough. I think he'll just do enough to get the win. I think it's a really exciting fight. It's a really big fight, and I hope you guys are all just as excited for it as I am. Max Holloway is probably one of the best featherweights on the planet. Ilia Topuria has not shown that he is yet. I think Max wins. I'm worried about the body shots from Topuria. However, when he comes in close, I do not want Max trading. I want Max putting his hands on him and kneeing him and trying to drag him down and showing, look, I'm not going to stand and brawl with you. I'm going to put my hands behind your back and knee you in the gut. Wear on you. Please, Holloway, do not, when he comes in close and he has his overhand, dip your head in, grab him. You will probably get uppercutted at one point or the other. Holloway, trust me on this, please. I've watched every single one of Ilia's fights. I know how you beat him. This will be a great one. I cannot wait for this fight. I cannot wait. I'll be doing an immediate reaction after it's done. Thank you guys very much for watching. I've got Max Holloway by decision or submission. That's I think a guillotine maybe towards the end of the third round, something like that. Or a nice little 48, 48-47, 49-46 decision. Maybe 3-2. Appreciate you guys all for watching. Subscribe.